There are some organizations where they don't use data, they just use their intuition. They're like, I've done this for 30 years and this is why I'm going to do it, because this works. And there are other organizations where say, okay, well, the data told me to do X, so I'm going to do X. And I'm a big fan that anything that's to an extreme in general is to an extreme for a reason. You've got to be somewhere in the middle. So if you're using your intuition, the downside with that, and a lot of people don't realize this, intuition is actually data and information. It's all those things coming into your brain over the past, however old you are. All of the things that your brain thought was relevant are stored somewhere in the long-term memory. And you don't realize it, but unconsciously, when you make a thought or a decision or a judgment without thinking, your brain's doing it for you. Problem with that is, as we mentioned in the beginning, technology is changing, the world's changing. Things that were relevant 10 years ago are not relevant. So the long-term memory might be relevant from an answer in 1980. It's not going to be relevant in business in 2023. On the flip side, when you go completely to the data, there could be missing data, there could be uncertainties, there could be changes in the model. And the over-exaggerated example is it's probably an urban legend where someone drove off a cliff and they say, why? And it says, well, the GPS told me to turn right. You basically take out all of your common sense and critical thinking and blindly trust the data. You really need to do it in the middle. And so going back to your question, the more and more people are using data, the less and less they use the creative side to think of different alternatives. It's like they think it's a calculator. You enter, you get the answer, move on. It's a mind shift. And that's where it's hard, is sometimes people are not open to mindset shifts or mind shifts, just like some people have fixed mindsets, some people have growth. The mindset is that the output isn't the answer, it's a starting point. It's a hypothesis. It's something to look at and then try to invalidate. And unfortunately, like you said, it makes sense. It looks intuitive. It looks right. It's this really expensive black box that gave us an answer. We see a calculator and we say 2 + 2, it says 4. There's no way it's not 4, right? In this world, it is. And that's just a different model that we're not used to. So same thing, build processes where you question it, where you use it as a hypothesis, use the scientific method, get different perspectives, ask, when's it not true? Sometimes we'll actually say we want 2 answers. Don't just give me 1, give me 2, because the benefit there is then the brain is doing the pros and cons of 2 as opposed to trying to just confirm one of them.